What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a late night edition of the Hash It Out Show. I'm your host, JB, your sports guy. I'm joined by my good friend, the guy you can catch on CrescentCitySports.com, Mr. VK Jones. What's up, VK?
Welcome to Late Night with JB and VK, first edition, man. What's good? Driving from Chalmette, doing Nunez baseball tonight. You know what I'm saying? Well, we got a crazy night in prep basketball. Glad to be here, for this quick edition. You know what I'm saying? So it's great to be here.
Definitely, man. Quick edition. Like I said last night, we're going to go through the scores, give you a little quick recap of what happened today, and let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right.
Yes,
So for all the scores that we do have, okay. I'm gonna start with Division I non-select. New Iberia 1-point winner over number 16 East Ascension, 36-35. Maybe the game of the night. Number 9 Salmon and number 8 North Shore. It went into double overtime. North Shore comes out with the win, 76-74. What a wow. Bringing our good friend George Peppers. What's up, George Peppers? What's happening?
What's going on?
Not much, man. Doing good. Going through some of these scores right quick. We just announced New Iberia, the 1 seed in Division I non-select with a 1-point win over East Ascension. And North Shore and Salmon went into double overtime with North Shore winning 76-74.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, Washita Parish over number 12 Hornville, 68-61. Washita Parish will take on Walker, who defeated Mandeville, 74-39.
Wow.
Number 3, Ponchatoula destroyed 19 West Monroe, 83-46. They're going to take on number 6 Sulphur, who defeated St. Amant, 72-57. Number 7 Barb and number 10 Southside went into overtime. Barb comes out with a 1-point victory, 50-49. Barb will take on Ruston, who destroyed East St. John, 75-35. Quick reactions, VK, what you say first?
Oh Lord! Oh, my picks went all the way left. Not just left, all the way left. My goodness. Well, big time props going to Ruston, man. Big time props. They blew the doors off East St. John tonight. And then also Mandeville. I was wrong. Walker. Big time props. You showed up. You showed out. And North Shore, one more. Let's go. One more. That's all I gotta say.
George Peppers, what you gotta say quickly?
And y'all picked East St. John? What the heck were y'all smoking? My goodness. I love y'all, dog. But man, that sounds 1008-ish. I mean, just saying. That sounds like some 1008 stuff. But no, all jokes aside, listen. I didn't think Ruston would win by, what was it, 40? Or something 40. Like that.
40.
And look, North Shore would have survived an advanced effort tonight. That's what you do at this stage of the tournament. There's going to be games where you've got to dig down a little bit and find some character and guts and whatnot. And good on North Shore to knock out Salmon. Good call, Jared. I think you picked them. I think we all picked them. We did. I think we sweat the board with that one.
Salmon. I picked Salmon.
Did you go Salmon?
I did.
Okay. But not a whole lot of surprises. Maybe the margin of victory with Ruston if you want to be nitpicky, but it seems like form held pretty well in Division I non-select.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go to Division I select, guys. Here we go.
Do you have to?
Do I have to? Yeah, I got to. I'm sorry, man. I got to.
I feel you. Go ahead.
Number 1, Scotlandville over Alexandria, 69-40. Scotlandville will take on a very common opponent they have taken on for years now, and that is the St. Augustine Purple Knights. St. Augustine went into Marrero and defeated John Ehret, 71-61 in a jam-packed arena. Southwood defeats John Curtis 56-53. Southwood would take on Huntington. Huntington defeated Holy Cross 85-70. Catholic of Baton Rouge, the 3 seed, with a 3-point win over Archbishop Rummel. They will face the 6 seed, Captain Shreve, who defeated McMain 37-32. Pineville defeated St. Paul 65-61. Pineville will take on St. Thomas More, who defeated Edna Carr 51-43. VK, quick reaction of Division One select.
First of all, I want to give a lot of props to North Louisiana. A lot of props. Huntington and also Southwood proving themselves big time tonight and how good their programs are, man. That's big ups for them that they move on to the quarters, and somebody is going to move on from North Louisiana, go to Lake Charles representing the top 28. So big ups to them. Big time props for St. Augustine for winning tonight. And yeah, I went against them on the picks, but looking at some of the game and everything else, credit to Purple Knights and Coach Gerald Green. They really, really stepped up and played their game, and they, played some keep away and played some really good defense and some key stops, getting the big time win at Everett, especially in front of a hostile environment. And I got to give a lot of props because St. Aug came across that water, but John Everett packed that place out, man. So big time props. They knew that the atmosphere with basketball was back, but Everett would be very, very good in the future. But great season for them, but big ups to St. Aug.
George Peppers.
I echo a lot of the sentiments that Rashawn says, but he is disqualified from ribbing me because he picked John Everett last night. So that immediately eliminates you ribbing on me. All right, that's an elimination. But all kidding aside, all jokes aside, he's 100% right. St. Augustine played in big moments tonight. This was a big moment for that young group coming across that river, coming into that gym. And John Everett, look, they weren't quite ready for this stage. But you know what? The future is looking absolutely gorgeous at John Everett. Why? This is a senior-laden team. This may take a step back a little bit next year. They may take a slight step back because we do graduate. A lot of this group that you saw tonight is gone. So they're going to have to retool. I don't want to see full-on rebuild, but John Everett's going to be fine long-term. Now, mentioning the northern teams that won, you guaranteed won. What about Pineville, guys? They won tonight. That was a very astute win. And St. Thomas More outlasts a gritty car team. There was a couple other results, but big ups to St. Augustine. VK, congratulations. All kidding aside, congrats. Best of luck to you in the quarter. Who does St. Aug play now? The 1 seed, right?
Yes, sir.
They get the 1 seed. Okay. Yeah, I think y'all got to go to them, right?
Yep. Gotta go up there.
2 tough trips in a row. Can you survive it?
No.
Aug's hosting because they're the 9 seed. They won the road game tonight.
In Scotlandville,
so
they consider that first round, so it's possible St. Aug might host that. We'll see.
Yeah, we're gonna see.
We're gonna see, but they said if you were top 2, you host quarters no matter what. So we just got to see what the LHSAA say. But they said if you top 2, you host quarterfinals no matter what. So we'll see what happens with that. You might be right, Jared. St. Aug might be hosting, but we'll see.
Regardless, it's a tough ask for the Purple Knights. I think they're capable in that game, but it's a tough ask because Scotlandville is a lot better than Everett. And it would have been a gargantuan task for the Patriots to beat that team, had they won tonight. All honesty, Scotlandville's a legit one, and y'all gonna have problems. And I think y'all played them this year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they did. It wasn't even freaking close.
No, but I think you're a better team now than you were then. Even then, though, look, I'm rooting for St. Augustine to win that game. Putting New Orleans team into the top 28.
My
But
biggest thing, my biggest thing, and my biggest key. If St. Aug has a shot at
mhm.
Scotlandville Friday, the one thing they're gonna have to do, and I hope Gerald Green does this, he's gonna have to do what he did when they beat Scotlandville and win the state championship. They're gonna have to go 94 feet to beat this team. And then not just that, they're gonna have to run the floor. If I'm St. Augustine, I would go to the hole every time and get Dorian Booker in foul trouble. And get him in foul trouble early.
Mhm.
And then if you get him in foul trouble, now you go to the inside and you run Scotlandville down and see if they can come back without him. Because what I've been hearing, and me and Jared heard from a couple of experts, that Scotlandville's a bit different with Booker on the bench. So we'll see what happens. But the key is Dorian Booker, and they got to get him in foul trouble early if St. Aug has a shot.
Hey, guys, we're
He's
gonna
right.
move on to
Jared is right.
this select right quick. Number one, 82-54. Sure. 82-78 quarters. St. Martinville, number 12, Plaquemine. 52-12, Plaquemine will take on number 5, Palouse, 60-41. Carroll over Beauchene. Or it's going to be Carroll versus Bro Bridge defeated Ranger. Fix. Number 7, Bruley, 9-47. Bruley with Howard defeated London, 258. Now I'm going to select E.D. White, 60-20. That's in prep take on Land College Prep, which I'm going to get to in a second. 71-60. Number 5, Archbishop Shaw over so 61-40. I have not gotten a score from number 13 Northside against. I have not gotten a score nowhere yet. But moving on, 65-54. Carver defeated Kennedy. Maybe the select. St. Michael defeated the 10 seed, 43. St. Michael, as they are going to Peabody, 76-42. The Lake Charles College Prep. From Lake Charles College Prep. 57-40. And you lose 66. How? 30-something to 9 run. I don't understand it. Right there, to me, that's coaching big time. 2, and you lose, total collapse. After Shaw game, the second quarter, Shaw had a lot of turnovers in the second quarter. But Evangel tied the game in 35. Evangel got a couple of shots, and then was able to dish the ball out for some 3-pointers, but Shaw was a little bit. Cam didn't have the game, but Aiden LaSalle stepped up to get Shaw. So Shaw gets the win, and Angel, VK, any Select.
Well, you can say sometimes it's coaching, maybe because of the fact that maybe Lake Charles College prep stopped pressing or whatever. I don't know, but at the same time, you gotta give a lot of credit to Landry. That's a fighting team. They've been they are battle tested. They played a tough schedule, and playing up in Algiers in that gym, that's a tough place to get a win. And the thing is, regardless of the fact of the matter is, coaching might have been a part of it, but you got to credit Wild Wild's team and them seniors. They was not gonna let that team die. Not at all. Not under Moose Johnson's watch. Not under Shabor Nicholas' watch. They did not want that season to go waste. And for them to come back from that deficit to win, that is a big time props because that experienced team who has been there and done that felt like, no, we're not going to die. Not tonight. And I give a lot of props to Landry getting that win. And Shaw getting it done, that's huge there. And you said Hannon got the win tonight?
Yes.
Well, we're going to have that champion versus champion matchup in the quarters.
I want you to go watch College Prep. I want you to watch. Come back and tell me if or did LCCP. I'm sitting there like they gave that game away. You had how the hell you left them off the hook? When you get a chance, watch that game, and I'm gonna watch it.
Was it live tonight, or did Josh? Or it was live tonight.
Streamed it live on YouTube. Yeah.
Oh, so the game was live tonight. Okay. I have to look at that. You got to see what was the strategy coach did for Lake Charles College prep that was really good. They got him the lead, and I'm wondering, did he go away from it? That's the thing I want to see. I want to see what truly went wrong. Because sometimes it's coaching, but then sometimes we've seen games when teams have a lead and then they go on a slump at the wrong time. And the slump would cost them. Because sometimes you see that game. So I'm going to have to look at it myself. You're right. I'm going to look at it for myself. But I want to see what the strategy they used and where they went wrong.
Go ahead, George Peppers.
That was an epitome of a gag. Complete gag. Credit to LB Landry for not quitting. I get the nobility, but can we call this what this really is? This was an absolute, unequivocal, undoubted choke job. LCCP, look, y'all did everything right, but those games are 48 minutes long, not whatever it was you decided to stop right. This is what infuriates me in some aspects of high school basketball when you see that teams do great things to establish dominance and establish tempo and establish an identity. You had Landry dead to rights. Dead. Done. Stick a fork in them. Turn the uniforms in tomorrow morning. Thank you for playing. But you go home tonight, that long trip back to Lake Charles, feeling like a complete horses, you know what. I mean, you gave that game away. And I want to talk about Shaw because Evangel, someone on this panel thought Evangel was going to be competitive. And Jared, you were there. It sounded like you said, I think, if I heard you right, because your sound was a little bit skittish, but it sounded like Evangel had that game tied into the third quarter. I heard you right.
They went on. They were down by 2 at halftime, 35.
But Shaw, being the superior team, established their superiority into the second half. And again, the difference in that game is Cameron Johnson. Simple as that. Again, not being there. And I see Reggie. Go Eagles. Yeah, I mean, he didn't play his best game. I'm gonna guess based on the score margin. Cameron didn't do what he usually what he usually does. Now
They were
Shaw gets,
blanketing him, preventing him from getting the ball very well.
and that's a good coaching, Evangel. I mean, that's a program that made a run last year, and they followed it up. There's nothing illegitimate about this season for Evangel. It ends tonight, but you know what? That's a program that's going to show you it's got a little bit of staying power. They're going to be okay coming back next season. Now, as for Shaw, you got a quarterfinal date Friday night. Is it road or home? Do you know offhand, Jared?
At all, and I don't even have from North Side and Vanderbilt Catholic. Anyway, look, I don't have a score.
Okay, I got you. And yeah, I mean that's what you're gonna have to take to beat Shaw. But you know what? It's next man up, and that's what tonight was. You know, for Cam Johnson not to. I mean, and look, Evangel a conscious effort, very conscious effort to give themselves a chance, and they did well in that aspect. Their closers got outdone by Shaw's closers. Shaw's support system was better tonight, and that's why the Eagles are playing Friday night. And Evangel's on their way back to Streetport, turning their stuff in. But you know what? Evangel will be back. Tonight tells me that that's a team that will be around next season and whatever, and however many seasons around. As far as the island of relevancy, so
Most definitely. I'm still trying to find a. I, I really. I got a score for this game.
North Side and
Vanderbilt.
yeah, I'm hunting too. Yeah, I'm hunting that one too. I was looking to see if maybe Mike Coppage, our mutual friend, might have had
Left the
posted
area.
something.
Somebody got it up there. I know that.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
looking.
send.
I'm looking, bro.
We'll get it.
Division, we'll get it. Division 3 non-select over Mansfield. Ray Patterson over Caldwell Parish. And Rich St. Helena over Madison. French Settlement over, that's the boys. Division Newman, they're going to face Sophie B. Wright, beats Episcopal 49-34. Team Charter, moving on. After 78-63, they're going to face the undefeated Ascension Episcopal 5. That should be a good matchup. Baptist over Mentorship Academy 2. Calvary Baptist Coach Errol Goff's old team. St. Thomas ULAB 70-60. St. Charles goes down to 28-25. And that was, I bet. And Country Day over Loyola. VK, what are your thoughts about Division 3?
Interesting stuff in Division 3. Like we said before, it's just like, it's like whoever goes against Newman, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna be pretty much it, you know what I'm saying? But it's so far very, very exciting, but I know big ups going to Jason Bertrand and Sophie B. Wright getting back to the quarterfinals once again. It's gonna be the battle uptown on Friday. It should be interesting, but Newman should win, but don't be surprised. Coach Jason's gonna have them boys ready to go. They've been playing some tough teams all year long, and they're gonna be ready to go against Newman, but Newman should get by.
Yeah, I said I don't can defeat Newman. But if it happens, it happens, George Peppers, what you think about Division 3 select?
I mean, it seemed like form held pretty well for the most part in that. But this is the round where your booby traps happen. a lot of your big fish move on. Newman, and teams like that. Sophie B. Wright, congratulations to that group representing New Orleans, going into the quarterfinal stage of the playoffs now. One step away from Lake Charles. That's the common thread of everybody that's won tonight. You one more win, and you get to where you want to be. So, does Sophie B. Wright have a chance? Sure. Will they win? Probably not. Against a pretty rugged Newman squad. I think that's who they get next, correct?
Yeah.
All right. But I mean, for the most part, D3 held the form. So didn't see nothing egregious or nothing crazy. We haven't heard since through the recaps. I've not heard anything crazy from you, like a lower seed winning against a higher seed, like one like jump out at you, win. So nothing.
Michael.
Well, I mean, St. Michael's winning the way they did. Drew Hart and that program, and they are what they are. They've now established a little bit of something. They've always teased at this. Now they're finally, maybe it's starting to come to fruition. Tonight was an asset test for them, and they passed it. Now they're on to the state quarterfinals. Do they have more in them? Perhaps they do. We'll see. But this is the fun part of the ride, boys, and we're just on the train, and see where it leads into Lake Charles and whose teams move on and who's go home.
Division 4 and 5. I'm gonna call it a wrap. Division 4 now select East Feliciana. I don't have a score, but I saw they're gonna take on undefeated Oak Grove. Big over Faraday. Franklin versus John Girl Arcadia. Del High defeated Ringo, and White Castle defeated Lake Art in Division 4. Southwest Lena over Cedar Creek. Frederick. Hamilton Catholic. I don't have Ascension Christian. Crowder. Central Catholic. Southern Lab and Lincoln over St. Paul. We had that, yes, sir. 5-9 back. So Whitman. Children. Lacassine. Over Holden. Fairview. Doylan. Hornbeck over Summerfield. Over Simsboro. And Hartsville over Jehovah Jireh, Boyers Public Charter, Country Day, over Crystal Ray, Rapides, over Plainview, over Christ Episcopal School, and Episcopal over Acadiana over Northside Christian. So for Friday night, what matchup pops up? VK, go first.
What's the question? What's the question? You was really breaking up. I couldn't hear you.
What matchup on Friday night?
What matchup is good on Friday night? That's the question.
Yes.
Okay. George, if you could turn off your mic right quick, that'd be good. I had a lot of background noise, but it's a lot of interesting matchups. But to me, I would definitely the one I really want to see It's Carver and Hannon. Carver and Hannon, I think, is going to be the matchup of the night, and it's going to be going down to the wire. You know what I'm saying? Because one of those teams is going to move on and have a chance to defend the state championship. So I think Carver and Hannon.
All right.
All right. Look, how could it not be Carver Hannon? You got two reigning state champions in the same bracket. I mean, these two teams cut nets down last year in Lake Charles. One of them is going to continue to do it. The other is not. That is the beauty, and that is the script we get Friday night. I think St. Aug's Scholarville has a chance to be something. Uh, Again, we'll see about that. And Derek, you mentioned, did Evolve's Public Charter win their game? I think you mentioned that they did.
They had a
They
bye.
did. Oh, they had a bye. Okay,
Yeah, they
so they're into the
didn't play.
quarters.
They had a bye.
But
Yeah.
in the words of Lamar Gafford last night, that team beat some 5A schools. They're going to be a hard nut to crack in their division. Antonio Benjamin, who I know personally, is a very good guy. Busts his tail, hard work. It epitomizes him, and he's an outstanding coach who will do bigger and better things. But he's going to give a public charter a chance to win a state title. They are, to me, the favorite in their division to win it. Um, they've come up short before, but you know what? This group looks like it's special, and they've got a real shot to get to Lake Charles and cut nets down. But to answer your question, as I mentioned, Carver Hannon has to be because of the storylines associated with it. Two reigning state champions, and I believe that game is at Hannon, correct? If I heard you right.
Yeah.
Okay. I would tip the edge to the Hawks. I think they're gonna they. But you know what? Anybody sleeps on the Rams, you're foolish. Complete foolishness. We ain't gonna tolerate that foolery. Carver's got a real shot to go in there and win that game, and that's the beauty of the storylines that we have Friday night. That has to be chief amongst them. Um, I think your game, Shaw playing Northside, I think, right?
I don't know for.
No, we don't know yet. Okay. But whoever Shaw plays, how does that team defend Cameron Johnson? Did Evangel put out a blueprint going forward? Because it's a playoff setting. This isn't regular season. It's win or go home. So did Evangel put out a blueprint on how to defend Shaw? And maybe teams with better athletes than Evangel find a way to exploit you guys. But you know what? Shaw's theory tonight was next man up, and it couldn't have been more crystal clear. But we got some real tantalizing quarterfinal matchups and one more step to Lake Charles.
When Shaw presented the blueprint, then was is double team Cam when he gets the ball. They double team him a lot down the court. It until another play got the ball. I saw when Shaw played Landry and get to the hoop. Some event. That's something that's but besides that, it's definitely state champions going at it, and that is the matchup we talked about. St. Augustine, Scotlandville for the long, playing each other every year in the regular season. Two state champions in the center quarterfinals to get to the. I don't think we need to say that is the game. In Madison Prep, can Landry do the defeat Madison Prep? That being said, yeah, and Archbishop. Before we go, VK.
You said any last words, right? Man, good to be here tonight. Hopefully we, I don't know how we look Friday, but we'll see if we come on or not. But we'll definitely see about that. But at the same time, we hope to see y'all in the quarterfinals Friday night and everything. And good news for me, Nunez is playing on Friday morning at Signet Field, just one game. So I'll be able to go to a quarterfinal game on Friday. So that's good for me. So I'll be at a quarterfinal game on Friday night. So wherever it is, wherever it'll be, I'll be there. And I'll be in Lake Charles next week, but I'll be in Hammond tomorrow and Thursday to cover some of these semifinals for Crest City Sports. So it's gonna be an interesting week, work week, but a fun week. So looking forward to it.
George Peppers.
Now, just and I do this out of love, but what if Nunez plays like a 26 inning marathon Friday?
Stop, George. We
I
we,
know.
we stretched the damn tonight. I don't want to hit. I don't want to hit. Look,
Stop that foolery. What are you trying to tell me? Stop that.
Yeah,
What are you
please
trying to say?
stop that
Stop that
foolery.
foolery.
Yeah, please, bro. Because like tonight,
I know.
I thought we was gonna be done at least 9:15 or something like that, or after 9. But with game 2 of this doubleheader went almost 3 hours. So
But
for a 7 inning game, you know what
no,
I'm
but
saying? So
Friday finds me working. I don't think I'll be able to bail off. Uh, you gonna be in town Friday, BK?
I'll be in town because
Nunez.
Nunez is gonna be playing at Signet on
Okay,
Friday morning. They're gonna play at 11 a.m. They'll be done hopefully no later than 2:30.
and you
So
good?
and I'm good. It's gonna be a 9 inning game, so I'm gonna give it about at least to 2:30,
There you
and
go.
I and I, and
But
I, and I'll be good from there.
I don't think I'll be able to bail out like I did tonight. I'm glad to have joined y'all tonight on short notice. I mean, I know we said this last night, but for those of you listening, we thank you. Your support means so much. And Jared, you continue to do the yeoman's work that you do to put this show and make it what it is. Uh, and the banter between me and BK feels like Michael Wilbon and Tony Kornheiser sometimes, but it's all done out of love, people. If you only knew our relationship, I love y'all too like brothers. And anytime we debate on air, this is the fun part of it. It's just sports guys talking sports. We chop it up. There's nothing personal. In the words of Wesley Snipes, it's just business. But and I'm not going to. I shouldn't have used that analogy. Well, I mean the analogy fits, but I was thinking if I get off early Friday, BK, I don't know who's home Friday in town that we could check out. I was going to say if you were free Friday night, if Nunez don't play that foolery that they did tonight. But I'll get with you. I don't know if I'll be able to bail out. But if I
Well,
do,
well, no, well, knowing me, like most likely, I'll see where I'll be at. You know what I'm saying? But most likely, if I'm going to the game in New Orleans or any like, if Shaw's at home, maybe. But if it's across the water, you gotta leave early because the fact that traffic get crazy on the weekends. So
and how, yes, sir.
right,
But I don't
so
know.
right.
I don't. I'll leave y'all on this note. And I know we're not talking about it because this is all about the preps. But y'all saw who the Tampa Bay Buccaneers cut loose today. Knowing what's going on with the Saints, y'all think about this. We might have another purple light potentially coming home. Just keep that in mind as we go to bed tonight.
Yeah, but also, them
Huh?
was falling off.
Yeah, maybe it's a subpar old line. Jensen was hurt, and pieces were missing. Works is the anchor. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Leonard is still Leonard. I don't know. I'm not saying I do it, but I know Saints fans are just so what if it's. I'll tell you this. I talked to a few Saints fans at work today. We want Carson Wentz. I'm like, for what?
Man,
Bagging
get
groceries?
out.
Stop the madness. No.
Somebody on crack. Somebody
Big time.
on serious crack right now. Somebody said Carson Wentz to the Saints. I
Stop
already
it.
felt some type of way with Derek Carr coming in the city, but Carson Wentz, somebody on some serious crack or acid, because that is like, what the hell y'all thinking?
Is that the drug of choice here? I mean,
Look,
acid. Oof.
I'm like this. On behalf of the Hash It Out Show, we do not promote drug use and alcohol use distributed on this program.
God, what a PSA there.
And on
I
that
agree.
note, ladies and
And
gentlemen,
I can't do that
that,
because of where I work. I mean,
oh my
I don't think JPSO would appreciate somebody with that nonsense, fooling around with that stuff like me. I mean, I'm a proud employee of that group, and stupidity does not reign. The tribal
God.
chief,
Amen to that.
stupidity doesn't.
Amen to that.
Correct.
All right, guys, that's a wrap.
All right,
Guys,
gentlemen.
I'm JB, your sports guy. Again on Friday night, sometime we will trust. I promise you, but not promising. But with that being said, see y'all later.